Text Prison Story family salute, y'all. It's your boy Tim Snow back here with another one. Tonight we got a good one, and I tell you what, this is a super pleasant surprise for me, right? Because I just told him this is one of the oldest original subscribers that I can remember on my channel. There's a handful of original names that never changed, and I just remember them rocking with me from day one, and this is one of them right here. So I'm real happy to have them, and we hope you enjoy this video for real. Hey, Mr. Dave, welcome to the show, man.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so tell them what your screen name is on YouTube. We'll start with that.
On YouTube, it's the real guy 85.
The real guy. So show him that card real quick. Listen, my man right
Okay.
here, why I remember him is because about 4 years ago, he told me in the, let me, all right, and listen, read that number out for him real quick.
Uh, 832-228-8139.
Custom rods, reels, work, all kind of stuff. Call this man right here. He's the dude. And I remember him telling me years ago, Snow, you need to let me build you a rod, a TPS rod. And I was thinking, man,
Yeah.
there's no way in hell I would have a TPS rod. That's two throw. Like, that's so cold. I'd never even imagined something like that, right? And I was thinking, is this
Right.
dude serious? I never seen nothing like that. So guess what?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to have to go and get me one. You feel me?
Just let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, straight square business, man. Oh, this video, y'all. So he hit me up, and he had perfect timing. There's been quite a few people asking me about, can you make it in prison, not in a gang? What happens when you're solo? Will you be a victim? Can you survive? Like, what's gonna really happen, right? And everybody knows my story, man. I joined the gang when I was a little kid. It carried on into prison. It is what it is. But so I can't never speak about that, right? I can only say what I seen, but I can't never say how it feels. When he hit me up, he said he was on the roach unit, y'all, and he did his time just like that, and that's real respectable. And he's got a story to tell, so I hope y'all enjoy this. Dave, introduce yourself. Tell them just a little bit about how did you even like what led you to prison. You ain't got to say like specifics, but I mean, was you out here thugging? Was it an accident? Was it something like that?
Man, I grew up. I mean, I grew up in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Just like almost everybody else, or not everybody else, but most people that I know. You know what I mean? So yeah, just kind of grew up in that environment. I had an older brother that was kind of a bad influence or whatever, and it was just kind of a lifestyle. You just kind of grow up in it. You know what I mean? I was never part of any gangs or anything like that, but uh, just I don't know. The only way I can really say is just kind of lost. You know what I mean? Just didn't really have any purpose. Didn't have any real father figures growing up, and just one thing led to another. You know what I mean? County. I've been to state jail and TDC. So
Okay.
yeah.
Pam Lynson.
Yeah, I went to Pam Lynchner and then I signed up for the GD program and they sent me to Top Street and I
Oh,
did like
cool, cool.
yeah, so I did like three months in Pam Lynchner or something like that, and then the rest of it I did it in Top Street. Got my GD over there.
So let me ask you about that real quick. When I was at Pam Lyncher, they actually picked me to go to school over there at Top Street. I didn't even volunteer, but when I got over there, I already had gang tattoos, so they denied me at the door. I caught the chain right back to Pam
No
Lyncher, right?
shit.
Yeah, bro, they brought me back. I was like capping, like I'm out of here, y'all. See, I'm going to the air
Yeah, yeah,
conditioner. They brought me
yeah.
right
It
back
was
to the
nice.
same dorm, same bunk. And they was laughing,
Damn.
man. It was like the joke of the day that Tim came back. Man, they was
Damn.
jealous. You feel me? What was it? Was Top Street real? Was it cool for real?
Man, it was laid back. I mean, there was a couple of fights and stuff like that, but it was nothing like it wasn't rocking and rolling. It was just I mean, it was I don't know if you did you make it inside at all?
Nope.
Like to see how it was set up. So it's like two floors. You ever been to Little Baker?
I know
Oh,
exactly what you're talking about with the two floors. I've been. Some. I think
yeah.
I was at San Jacinto when I was in Harris County. I think.
Oh, okay, yeah. So if I've been to pretty much every jail we have here. So Little Baker and Top Street are built the same way. You got a bottom floor, which is the day room where the TVs are and stuff, and the hot pot, and then you got some stairs that go up, and you got all the bunks upstairs, and you got the shower and toilets up there.
I got you. I got you. I was
So
just wondering,
yeah,
was it really, really chill for real? Because Pam Lyncher
yeah, it
had no
was
chill to it when I was there. That thing was wide, cranked up, like every day something
right.
going on. And when they
Right.
told me
Yeah.
going to Top Street, I was like, man, this is a win. I'm tired of this already. You know what I mean? So I
Hell
know you was
yeah.
happy to get on over there. Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Was you like me and you talking about going to the county? Like, did you progress like some county jail trips and then prison, or was it straight to
Yeah.
prison?
Man, I went to the county jail as soon as I turned 17.
Yeah.
So it was for bullshit like possession of marijuana. I had like two or three of those. Because you know back then they'll lock you up for a little bit of weed. You know what I mean? That just have a little sack on you and they'll lock you up for it. And that was pretty much it. Then I caught I caught a dope charge in what was it? I was 18, so '03. I caught a dope charge and ended up getting 3 years deferred. And I lasted like 6 months on papers and got locked back up. You know, I wasn't doing nothing. So I got locked up again after 6 months, and then they offered me 6 months state jail. So I just took it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, and that was yeah, '03. I got caught with some dope, with some work, you know what I mean? A little bit of work. So they got me with possession with intent to deliver.
Say, do you feel like so that's how I felt. I went to state jail first, right? Do you feel
Yeah.
like since that is like a little baby TDC kind of like you got a program with the rules and go to the chow hall and all that, you think that got you more ready for prison than the next man walking in fresh?
Yep, for sure.
Me
Definitely.
too. It's like a little baby
Yeah.
training ground for a
Right.
convict, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
It really is. So when you catch your TDC time, how much did they sentence you to?
5.
5 years?
Yeah, 5 years. Yeah.
I'll be damned. Oh,
So I caught an aggravated robbery charge, but it was like I ain't never been like a jacker or anything like that. You know what I mean? That's never been my thing. But it was just one of those instances where I ran into somebody that I had issues with. You know what I mean? That was like a homeboy of mine, and he ended up stealing from me, and we got into it like years before. And I just so happened to run into him on the streets. And when I seen him, I just, you know what I'm saying, I took what he had basically, you know what I mean? And I had a
yeah.
pistol on me and, you know, and I think, man, I can't prove it to this day, but I swear I think this dude was working with the laws because after it happened, I'm on foot with my brother, right? And after it happened, we walk across the street and immediately there's a car following me, right? Or us in the parking lot. And it's just going through the aisles. As we're walking through the parking lot, we're kind of cutting through. It's just following us like this, right? And I
Mm.
see the guy and I'm like, man, what the fuck? I say, nah, something ain't right. As soon as we hit like we're right there by by 45 by the feeder. We're walking on foot. And as soon as we hit the feeder road, the sidewalk, you got the HPD laws hitting the U-turn and pulling up on us.
Oh yeah,
Like,
he probably
yeah,
was then.
I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know how that shit happened like that,
If
but
not, that's a
it
hell
was
of a
some bullshit.
coincidence, huh?
Right, for real.
For real. So look, when you get caught on this aggravated robbery now, that's a big boy charge in Texas. That's right there, damn near with murder. You feel me?
5 to 99. Yep, five
Yeah.
to
So
99.
and they take that serious. Like, bro, that's them people. The people are scared of somebody coming to take their stuff, and they have reason to be. So we get it. But now you hit this county jail in Harris County. Now you're like, man, hey, I was already on deferred. I didn't caught this case now. Like, what's the attitude change? Are you feeling a little different at this time?
Uh, what? Say that
Or
again.
are
I'm
you
sorry.
are you thinking you're about to beat this case in that county, or are you getting ready
Oh
for that prison? That's what I want to know. Like, are you getting
man,
penitentiary minded?
yeah, for sure. Because one, I didn't have the money to bond out, right? And the little bit of stuff that I had before I went in, you know, because I was hustling before I went in, but I wasn't no big time dope dealer or anything like that. And you know, when you sell dope, you know, or at least me, you know, I was like a pawn shop. So these dope fiends bring me something valuable. I'm taking PlayStations, you
For
know,
sure.
subwoofers, all kinds of
Everything.
shit. So right, everything that's worth something, I'm taking it. You know what I mean, and flipping it. So I had a bunch of shit, and then I had a little, you know, my little hoopty or whatever. So my people ended up selling, getting rid of everything, and using whatever, you know, to try to help me. And then plus, you know, I had my mom helping me out too at the time.
That's
So I
what's
was
up.
able to get a free world lawyer, but nothing, you know, crazy. You know what I mean? I couldn't afford like the top dogs or whatever, you know.
Right, right.
So I knew I was gonna do something because they had the gun. They had, you know, I was kind of dead to wrong. You know what I mean? They had this guy saying that he was gonna testify. He was, you know, he did a report and all that shit like that. You know what I mean? So He was on board with everything. It was just a matter of I was trying to get it reduced to a second degree felony, like just simple robbery. You know what I mean? So that way I can get like a 2-piece or a 3-piece or something like that. But as long as it's a first degree, it's 5 to 99. The minimum is 5 years. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah, for
So
real.
they were shooting. First, they were trying to. It was at 15 for a while. 15, 15. I was in the county for 7 months. I fought it for 7 months, and then finally I got them down to 5, and they were at 5, and they weren't moving. They're like, "Look, you can take this 5, or we'll take it to trial." You know what I mean?
Nah, I'm
I'm
taking that
like,
5 all day.
"Yeah, hell yeah, for
Yeah, I'm
sure,
taking that 5 for like in a heartbeat. That's the lowest it can
yeah."
go. Hell,
Hey, you know what's crazy though? When I signed for my six month state jail, that shit, because that's the first time I've ever done any, I've done like a couple of weeks or a couple of days, you know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy. But 6 months, man, for being 18, that shit felt like an eternity. Like, fuck, man, I'm fixing to do
hmm
6 months. Man, like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Like, that's a long time. But when I signed for those 5 years, I was actually like at peace, man. I was like, thank God, like, I'm ready to just get down here and get this shit out the way. You know what I mean? It was
Look,
like a
'cause
different
listen, you
feeling. You
was
know what I'm
on you.
saying?
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was at. That's what I was originally asking you how it felt different. You feel me? And you
Yeah.
explained it perfectly. So thank you. But at that time, so like for real, dog. Tell me, be honest. Tell these kids that's watching when they're coming on this 15 and they're stuck on that for a while. That's scary as hell, ain't it, man? Like that's
Hell
not. This is
yeah.
not the life you want, right? For
And
real.
it's 15 ag. So you got to do half, you
You
know,
probably gonna do 10 on it at least.
yeah, at least. Yeah, at least. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I mean,
Uh,
it's a real life shit that's going on here. We're talking about. This ain't no joke.
over some bullshit. Over bullshit. Like over nothing really. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. I watch the news and, I watch a lot of shit that's going on in the neighborhood in Houston and everything like that. And man, these kids are just fucking throwing their life away left and right, man.
It's
Left.
sad.
I got a nephew right now out on bond on the ankle monitor, and he's looking at some TDC time. He just graduated for some bullshit, just crashing out, just
You know what you need to tell them? Like just casually mention. You'll probably be the only person in the prison that graduated.
right.
Like what
No
were you
shit.
thinking? Like what were you thinking? You made it all the way through school. You graduated, and now you going to prison. I mean, there'll be some other guys that graduated, but in all reality, you sitting in a 100-man day room. Probably maybe 5 graduated.
Yep, he'll
But
be the
amazing that.
minority
So it makes it sad to me, right? And then telling them,
yeah,
well, since you already don't need your GED, you're going to field squad.
immediately.
Yeah, you ain't getting out of that
Immediately.
to go to
Yeah.
go to that.
If
So
and if you're young, especially you're young, you're going in them fields, man. They
absolutely,
giving all the old schools all the laundry work and the kitchen work and stuff like that, or the guys that have been down for a while, they're getting the good
hmm
jobs. If you're young and you're fresh off the chain, yeah, you're going the whole squad.
yeah, that's real life. So just get him ready mentally. If he's really facing some time, you better tell him about everything. Like don't think you going to no hotel. So listen, when you catch Chain, we'll talk about it. When you catch Chain, where do you go? You go to Holiday Unit or
Now they
Garza?
sent me to Garza. They sent me to Garza West.
Okay,
So
so
catch the chain. Took about 45 days from the county. Uh, and I caught chain, went to Garza, and I ended up doing like 7 months at Garza West, or 6 months. I think I did like 6 months at Garza West, and I ended up catching a bullshit major case there, and they shipped me off to the Roach unit after that.
So did they do like they'll do like G for you right there and then put you back in population on Roach? Is that how they did you?
Nah, so yeah, that's how they did it. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
That's
they
that's
G
what they'll
forward
do.
me, and I stayed. They have. Were you at Garza?
I was at Holiday, but it's the same thing. Looks the
Same
same.
shit, yeah. So when they G4 you, they send you to a different building, and it's like you have like the day room and where the bunks are, it's all caged up. And they had me back there for several weeks. And after what, I think it was like maybe about a month or so, they shipped me off to the Roach unit. Yeah, and that was a long ass drive on a bus.
And
It's
didn't you
like eight
tell me
nine
that you had to?
hours.
It was 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah. So you catch chain and they take you to the Robinson unit. Man, it's like, fuck, man. I don't even know. 8, 9 hours or something like that to get to Robinson on that bus. And then, from there, You get to Robinson, they assign you a cell, they lock you up overnight. Next morning, they get you up, and then they drive you the rest of the way to Roach Unit. Roach Unit is like right by the Oklahoma border, kind of like 30 minutes from the Oklahoma border.
Oh, okay. I now see. I was trying to remember where it was, but now I know you just reminded me. Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
like northwest of Dallas, up there on the border, kind of, huh?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So when you pull up to Roach Unit, like it's got a reputation. I've never been there, but it's got a reputation of being pretty hardcore. Like it's not known to be like no punk. You know what I'm saying? Like how
Right.
when you first get here, I'm sure you gotta go talk to the gang officer or intake or something. Like is anybody pushing up on you right away trying to see what's going on? How does it go down?
Man, to be honest with you, I don't remember anybody fucking with me as soon as I came in. Like as soon as I came in, like you see, it was just mostly people staring, like people looking and just kind of peeping out. You know what I mean? Who's coming in and who's what? Nobody's really saying anything. And then you got to go through like classification and all that shit and do all that. I don't remember the whole process when I first got in there, but I do remember as soon as I hit my tank or my wing, because you have 5 buildings and there's 3 wings in each building. I don't know if you've been on one of those kind of units
That's a
before.
270 prison. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
So
wasn't, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they got those in California
yeah,
like that.
yeah. So as soon as I hit the wing, like immediately, you know what I mean? Immediately I had somebody hit me up. This guy at H Town, he came and hollered at me, "Hey man, where you from? Woo, 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 this, that, and the other." And I basically told him, "Yeah, I'm from Houston." He asked me if I was blasting. I told him no. He's like, "You ain't blasting. Who you riding with?" I was like, "Man, I'm solo, man." He's like, "All right, man, well put your stuff up and come holler at me and the homeboys." I'm like, "All right, cool." So I went and put my shit up, and as soon as I got done on the next in and out, I came out, and they sat me down at the table, and it was I don't know how many of them. They're pretty deep in there or whatever, but it just so happened the wing that I was on, the dude that spoke for the unit was in that wing, and he was the one that was speaking to me, right? So it was him and all his homeboys. Um, Basically just getting the rundown, what I was locked up for, if I was blasting, why I'm not blasting, what neighborhood I came from, blah blah blah, whatever. Just kind of getting to see who I make sure I'm not no fucking sex offender or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we chopped it up for a little while, and he pretty much told me like, look, uh, that's cool. You want to stay solo, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna stop you from that, but we gonna have to take a look at you, just like that. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, shit. So how y'all want to do it? Like, well, we're gonna go ahead and let you make commissary first. Go ahead and get you some commissary, just in case you get, banged up pretty good, then you'll have something to stay in the house and eat. They were pretty cool about it. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty like cut
Right.
and dry. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right,
Right.
cool. So, a few days later, I made commissary. Uh, I just remember it kind of drug on a little bit. Like they were saying, "Oh, we're gonna do it this day. We're gonna do it that way." Basically a quarter check, right? You got to go in there with two
Right.
guys and fight,
I'm
right? So
laughing because listen, I want to laugh because it's the same how it happened to me almost. Exact same
yeah,
story.
yeah, yeah.
He
So I was like, I'm like, I made store. I just remember it kept getting put off because over there it was a little more strict over there. So you had to have a cool guard because when they did the in and outs, they had a guard come in and let you in. Boom, boom,
right.
boom, 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 walk, and then they'll go around to the next wings, let them in, and then by the time they come back, they'll pop the door and let you out. You know what I mean? Individually, like so. Some guards would just say in and out and just pop all the doors. You know what I'm saying? In and out, they give you like 5 minutes and then they'll make everybody shut their door. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they were waiting on one of those kind of guards. Well, time kept. I think it took several days, man. And I remember just having this shit on my mind because you don't know how that shit's gonna go. You know what I mean? You don't know who they're gonna send in there and whatever. So I just just having this shit on my mind. I'm like, man, fuck. So it got to the point to where I'm like, I went up to one of the dudes. I don't want to say no names. I don't know,
No,
but I
don't
went
worry
up to
about it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I went up to one of the dudes. I'm like, hey, man. I said, when we gonna get this shit out the way, man? I said, look, I'm tired of having this shit on my mind, man. I just want to get it out the way and move forward. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit, you get like butterflies in your stomach and shit like
Hell
that. You get
yeah.
nervous and shit. But I just told him like, let's get it out the way. So boom, sure enough, the next in and out, they were like, all right, man, we're gonna go ahead and take care of it. Uh, Went in there. I just remember going. I just remember saying to myself, man, I'm just gonna get on one of them. I'm gonna fight with one of them as hard as I fucking can. I'm gonna try to take his head off.
Did they send
And
two?
yeah, they sent two. They
So
had
hold on.
two, and
So I'm sorry, I don't mean to sidetrack you, but let's tell these people that's never been in prison what this man's even talking about, right? The in and
yeah,
out he's saying is in Texas prisons, the door stays locked. You can't open your own door when you want to. You have to wait on the guard to call something called an in and out. So what he's saying is he's now about to be locked inside of this cell. No escape. There's no nothing. Like you get locked in here with these men you're about to fight. Is that correct?
yep, pretty much, yeah.
Guys, you don't know. Guys, you don't know what's happening. His only plan is the same one I had. Just go after one of them. You feel me? I
See,
think that's
that's all you
everybody's
can do,
plan. Yeah.
right?
So go after one of them. So what happens when they lock that door? How's it go down?
So I just remember, I remember being like, nervous. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck, man, I want to get this shit out the way. So I remember I went in the cell first, and I had my back like towards the bunks and the wall right there in that corner. And I remember turning around. I just remember seeing the first dude walk in, and he was the scariest looking one to me. He had a big old fucking star on his neck. You know what I'm saying? He just looked like a mean dude. I figured he had hands or whatever. I'm like, fuck, man, all right. So when he came in, I seen him. I looked in his eyes, man, and it just for a split second, I seen, man, this dude is fucking nervous, just like I
You look
am. You know
nervous,
what I'm
right?
saying?
Yeah.
I just he didn't look scared,
He
but he
because
just,
listen, he can't let the new guy whoop him.
yeah,
He got
yeah.
all the
So,
pressure on
anyways,
him. You don't got the pressure. He got it right now, right?
right, yeah, yeah. Because their goal is to go in there and beat me up, pretty much. You know what I
Right.
mean?
So if he comes
So,
out beat up, he's looking bad now. Yes. Good. Keep going. I'm
right.
sorry. I just want to
So,
make sure everybody understands.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, anyways, they both come in, and then the dude at the door says go. So we just start rumbling in there. Boom. You can't really do much but throw hands in there. You know what I mean? You can't really move or nothing like that. You're just fighting basically.
All right.
So me and this dude are going toe to toe. And then the dude behind me he just hit me and all on the back of my head, side of my face. You know what I mean? And so I end up catching this dude. I feel like I got the best of him, but they both got the best of me, of course. You know what I'm saying? So, but I made him bleed. So when we came out the cell, this dude's leaking. I'm not bleeding, and my hair was a little bit like I've been on chain and everything, so I hadn't had a haircut, so my hair's kind of thick. But my head was fucking knotted up. Like I had knots all over my head, like everywhere. My lips, I looked like a duck. You know what I mean? I had the swollen, busted lips and stuff like that. But thankfully, I didn't have no black eye, no bloody nose, no. Some of those guys come out looking bad, man.
I didn't look too
I've seen
good when
some
I
bad ones.
finished. I mean, I wasn't
Yeah,
like too bad, but I was enough to where it was real. I'm white, dog, so it's every mark
yeah,
is visible, and I was
right.
like thinking, "Damn, man, am I gonna get jammed up when I come out after you?" So you walking around with duck lips? Well, no, so hold on, I'm gonna cut that back. So y'all handle your business. You fight.
Right. Right.
Now what goes on? Is it like, okay, homie, you're cool. Welcome to Roach Unit.
Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, after that, I go back to my cell and, I stayed out of the chow hall for a couple of days till my lips went down and I didn't cut my hair because I had a bunch of fucking knots on my head and shit. So, yeah, they were just like, all right, you know, they respected that. You know what I mean? All right. He went in there and he did what he was supposed to do. He didn't, I did get dropped. I got dropped one time. Boom. Like I had a spring on my ass. I hit the bump, boom, and I bounced right back, and
Right.
got up
Yeah.
and just kept going at it. And then, I remember uh, about a week later going to rec, and that same dude, the speaker, I was walking the track, and boom, he just slid, he walked up on me and started chopping it up with me, and what I mean, just kind of, I guess, just being friendly, I guess, not friendly, but
I
just kind
understand.
of,
Filling you out.
what I mean, you can't really say friendly, but
No, that's an insult right there. Don't say
yeah, for real,
friendly.
for real,
But
yeah, yeah,
being
yeah.
cool,
So
being cool.
being cool, exactly, what I mean, being cordial, so and he even asked me again. He was like, man, he's like, you don't want to get down with the homeboys, man, because I was young. I was what, 22, had just turned 22, and pretty much every young guy out of Houston is blasting almost.
So
You know what I
that's what I
mean?
wanted to ask you when they first asked you, well, why ain't you gonna blast? What was the answer?
Man, I told him like, look, man, it ain't no disrespect to y'all what y'all got going on, but I never been a part of any kind of gang, and I don't feel like it would be smart for me to come in here and join the gang. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to stay to myself. I want to do my time. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much how I want to do it. You know what I mean? And they respected that. I just told them like, look, I don't mean no, I ain't got nothing against y'all. I don't want to, disrespect y'all or anything like that. It's just not for me. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
just
So
not
no,
for me.
I respect the hell out of that what you just said, and when I really look at it, I would say the majority of all of them were probably free world in some type of gang, so it comes natural to them. And
Probably.
so now looking back, the men that was Solano, they really weren't gangbanger. They were still hardcore men, but they weren't in gangs. You know what I mean?
Right.
That makes sense when you say that. I never looked at it like that, right? So
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. So, uh, how long do you think it took you at Roach Unit before you just became like a regular though, where you like now you know what's going on, people fucking with you, you can buy you some cigarettes if you want to, whatever. Like, did it take long?
So not well. So the first year I was there was kind of I guess they had a lot of shit going on between like all the gangs and stuff like that because the first I think the I was there 3 weeks, and that third week I was there was like a small little, I guess, a racial riot inside of my wing, right? The blacks and the Mexicans. But so here's the crazy thing: I'm new. I don't know anybody. I don't know who's in what gang. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to peep everything out, and I'm not gonna go asking people like, "Hey, what part
Right,
of what gang are you in?" You know what I'm saying? Or type shit like that. I just kind of see who kind of clicks together and just trying to learn how everything goes because everything there is, Garza West was open. Like no tables were like this is this person. This is
right.
tables he's thrown. Over there you had assigned tables, assigned benches, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You can only sit at certain places. Um, but uh, let's see.
So hold on, where does the guy that's solo? Where does he sit?
On the benches, I want to say like the first two benches were open, right? The H Town, they let me sit at their table. You know what I mean? I guess they like, all right, if you want to sit down and make a spread or something, you can eat at our table. You know what I mean? So, and then I ended up getting real cool with the Order Horn in there too, like the dudes from San Antonio. I actually got real cool with a bunch of them while I was in there more than my own hometown. And I kind of think some of them didn't like me for that. You know what I mean? Because the dudes from San Antonio were just they were a lot more laid back, you know what I'm saying? And they handled their business, you know what I mean? They did what they were supposed to do when they were supposed to do it, but they were just more chill, you know what I mean? The other guys, a lot of them were, youngsters and had something to prove or, you know what I mean? They
Right, right.
just carried themselves differently, you know what I mean? And, but yeah, so the first 3 weeks I was there was a racial riot. Something pops off with the blacks and the Mexicans, and I don't know what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying? I just see these two dudes fighting in the cell, and it kind of just spills out into the day room, and then everybody just jumped up, and I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And I don't get in because what if I get in and it's a gang thing? You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I don't know, and I put myself in a fucked up situation. So I kind of just take a step back and just watch everything go down, and then I had some of those dudes hit me up like, "Hey man, like what happened? Why you didn't get in?" I'm like, "Man, I didn't know what the fuck was going on." Like, "Oh, okay." They didn't fuck with me about it, but they were just kind of wondering like, "Man, we seen you." I'm like, "Man, look, I don't know who the fuck's who in here." You know what I mean? I don't know if
Just
that's
got here,
what y'all.
yeah.
Yeah, I just got here. I'm not finna put myself out for something. Why would I just dry jump into this shit? I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Now you so
So
you did right, but at the same time, it could have went wrong too if you were
it could
somewhere
have.
else.
Yeah, it could have. It could have. But and my mindset was like, man, look, whatever comes with it, you know what I mean? Like it is what it is. Like I ain't never been to an ID unit before. That's my first time. You know what I'm saying? So if they felt fucked up about it, then I just had to deal with whatever comes with it, like a
Yeah,
man. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And
That's something that I explained though, Dave. Look, that people, what you just said, I want people to think to see what he just said, because if there's a problem in there, that's all you can do is deal with it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Unless I mean, if you're a man, if you're gonna handle it like a man, you gotta now lay in the bed you made. Luckily, thank God it didn't turn out like that, right? You're a new
right.
guy, but what the next time something like that happens, and now you're expected, you gotta go too, or what?
Uh, if it's a racial thing, yeah. If it's racial, then yeah, I got to jump too. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is in there. You know what I mean?
Right, right, right,
I mean, I could choose not to. I could choose not to. That's my choice. But if somebody's fucked up about it, then I'm gonna have to deal with that. You know what I mean?
right. And they probably
So that's
will be.
just probably yeah. I guess it would just be a spur of the moment thing. You know what I mean? If it's somebody I know or something, you know what I'm saying? I probably will. It just I don't know. It just all depends.
Right, it's complicated, man. Yeah,
Yeah, it is. It is. You gotta tread lightly, man. You gotta navigate. You know. a certain way when you're by yourself because you have no backup at all. If you beat somebody up, they can go get their homeboys and you got nobody else to have your back and they can beat you the fuck up with, what I'm saying, like nothing. And boom, get you shipped off the unit or put a green light on you. And wherever you go, whatever building you land, they got homeboys. They're going to smash you out of that building too until they finally just ship you off the unit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
So I got some stories that I was gonna tell about men that were not part of gangs and it didn't go right for them. They literally did get bullied. Things were coming up missing in their cells or anything like that. Were you worried
yep.
about that though when you told them I ain't gonna blast? Like, did you even know from when you told them no? Did you even realize the environment these ID units are like? Like, did you feel like later you was like, man, I should have said yeah, or at the end you was like, I'm glad I said no and I did it by myself.
Man, I'm glad I did it the way I did it. I am because, I mean, a lot of those guys, and I'm not talking about just like, any particular group. You know what I mean? I don't want nobody at my head because I said something about, whatever
Right? Nah,
organization. But
just
some of these guys were riding with whoever they were with because they didn't have it in them to do it by themselves. You know what I'm saying? So they undercover gotta get in where they can fit in, basically. You know what I mean?
right.
So they can handle that quota check. You know what I mean? But they probably couldn't handle it on their own, or maybe they could. They just maybe deep down felt like they couldn't. You know what I mean? So they're riding, or they got money, or they got whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Or they're popular. It's weird in there, man. You see a lot of shit that just doesn't make sense to me. I've seen a lot of shit that just doesn't make sense to me. Like, you know, like I knew this white dude in there that had a black baby mama and black, have black kids, and he joined a white gang. You know what I'm saying? And had to pretty much say like, what's the word? Like disown his family basically
That's
just to be a
crazy,
part of this
man.
crazy,
That's
crazy shit.
crazy,
You know what I mean?
crazy. So I listen. We were in a video the other day. I don't know if you was watching. We were talking about my neighbor Gary from Lamarck. Gary was a white dude who was married to a Honduran lady with two Honduran kids, half and half. He walked in and told the white dudes right away, "Hey, I ain't with none of that racist shit. I don't care what y'all talking about." And they weren't even on no Aryan type time, right? He didn't even have to say that. So to hear about a man that's willing to be down, wanting to be down so bad that he'll just say "f my family," bro, that's pathetic.
For real. Yeah, for
That's
real.
pathetic, dog. That's sad right there. And did he have a life sentence?
Nah, no. See, I don't know if anybody there had life sentences. You had people there that had a lot of time,
Oh, okay,
like,
I got you. Yeah, yeah. No, I
yeah,
forgot
because
about that. Yeah,
most of the life sentence guys are on max units, or all of them, I
right.
believe.
That's a medium over there. But that's you
Yeah,
know
it's a
what?
medium.
For the medium, it's always rocking and rolling at that fucker though. I told you that's all we used to hear
Yeah,
about the roach unit, about it going up and stuff like that. When they had that, so when you first get there and they got this little race riot between the black and Mexicans, what's the tension like after it's done? Is it done and said over with? We drop, it's over, or is it now
it's
beef?
it. It's over with. Just like that. It was crazy because everybody just started fighting. They came in and broke it up. You know what I mean? Thankfully, they didn't shoot no gas or nothing. They weren't going that hard. Like they were fighting, but as soon as they came in and starting to threaten to shoot gas and whatever, everybody kind of just laid it down. You know what I mean? And then it
Right,
was over with. It was just kind of a spur of the moment thing. It was nothing else carried on after that.
right. I just wanted to see if they was beefing after that or not.
Yeah, I mean, at least not to my knowledge. You know what I mean? Not to my knowledge.
No.
Yeah, it kind of died. But so one thing I wanted to also talk about was, so I'm on that unit 3 weeks, right? So 3 months goes by. I've been there. So about 3 months into being on that unit, something else goes down, but it's with the Thongos and the Famas, right? So they got something that they set off the whole unit, right? And I guess they're smashing out whatever left of those guys are on the unit. They're smashing them off the unit. You know what I mean? They don't want them there no more. So they got something going off, set it off everywhere. So they locked down the whole entire unit, right? And once they set it off, they lock us down. Well, these guys come in like the gang, the what do they call them? Like the
GIs.
gang, the GIs. There you go, the GIs. So the GIs come in and they go cell by cell and they take pictures. I mean, they already had pictures documented, but guys get more tattoos and stuff like that. So they came in and they took pictures of everybody in my wing, or everybody that was, in every fucking wing, basically. Uh, Pulled us out, took pictures, did all of that. And then probably like 2 days later, I get we're still on lockdown after all this shit happened. They move me, right? They say, all right, pack your shit up, we're moving. All right. So they moved me to E Wing, right? The next building over, two building. They moved me to E Wing. Well, two building, they turned into a lockdown for all the Thongos and all the Famas, right? So they locked me down with the Houston. They knocked me down with all the Thongos.
They
So
seen you sitting at their table.
yeah. Well, no, they didn't see me sitting at the table. They just see I have like Houston, Texas tattooed on me,
Oh, okay.
713.
So
But
yeah, yeah.
I don't have any stars. I don't have anything like that. You know what I mean? But I do have Houston, Texas tattooed on me. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And so they didn't ask any questions, didn't like interrogate us, nothing like just came in, took pictures, and they just said, you, pack all your shit up. We're moving you. So they moved me to E Wing and they put us on lockdown and they let the rest of the unit up, right? So two building was just locked down with all the Thongos and the Famas, right? So this was 2008 when that happened. So they lock us down and we stayed locked down for 87 days.
Mm.
87 fucking days. And when I
Tell
tell
them,
you
hold on.
87,
Tell them what you ate for 87 days straight. What it looked like.
so for 87 days, we got, mind you, you get 3 meals a day, right? In 87 days, we got two hot meals in 87 days.
And the
Everything
law
else was
says you're
Johnny's.
supposed to get one every 5 days. You know that, right?
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah,
Damn.
yeah. That's what it's
So,
supposed to be.
so we go on lockdown and no commissary. The showers, they literally gave us, I think it was like 2 or 3 minute showers. So from the time you leave your cell to get down there and take a shower and get back within 3 minutes. And it was impossible. You know what I'm saying? It was in fucking possible to do it. You get in there, you get soaked up and boom, you got to get right back fucking out. You know what I mean? So everybody was just bird bath. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's bird bath. No commissary at all for nobody. We weren't even on restriction. Just because they locked us down, they kept commissary from us.
So you
No
said Johnny
coffee.
Sack. Hold on, listen. Tell them what a Johnny Sack is, though. These people, so some of these people not gonna know. Like, tell them what you ate for 87 days. That's what I want to know.
So for 87 days, it just depended on the day. If it was a good day, we got everything came with the PB and J. But the PB and J was two breads, right? You had two breads, and you had an ice cream scoop of what
Around,
looked like, yeah, ice cream scoop of fucking syrup and peanut butter. It wasn't even jelly. It was like peanut butter mixed with syrup, like a little scooper right in the middle, and just that's it, right? And then on a good day, you'll get a chicken sandwich, a chicken patty, right? You get a chicken patty on a good day. On a bad day, man, they used to give us this shit called we called it mystery meat, and it was like fucking hamburger meat with like mayonnaise and like it was white. The meat was white. It was just like this white fucking. I couldn't even eat it. On those days, I just give that shit to my celly. I couldn't even, and this because I'm starving in that motherfucker. I'm hungry. So just to give you an example of how bad it was, when I went in lockdown, I was about 216. Right, that's how much I weighed. When I got off lockdown, I went to the infirmary for something. I can't remember what. I weighed myself. I was 185. I
that's
hadn't been
crazy.
yeah, I hadn't been 185 since I was like a fucking teenager. You know what I'm saying?
So I
And
talk about it all the time. Malnutrition, dog. Not only was you 185, you was vitamin deficient too.
yep, pale as hell. My people said, "Man, you look sick." They were like, "Man, you look like you're sick. Like I had cancer or some shit." You know what I mean?
So
Just
let me
skinny and
ask you
pale.
this: did you notice this? Right? I mentioned this. You just mentioned that when I got to Beto, I was thinking it's gonna be like on TV where everybody's all healthy, swole, pumping iron type shit. When I got in there, everybody was pale. The black people were looking gray. The Mexican people looked white. The
Yeah.
white people pink. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
it was crazy in there. Is that? Did you notice that too?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So, uh, I will say this at that unit. I'm not gonna lie. At that time, this was from 2000. I think 2008, 9, and 10. I was there, and they were actually it was a pretty decent unit to do time at. I feel like because you had rec, they called rec almost every fucking day,
Oh,
and some
good. Yeah.
units, yeah, yeah. So uh, they called rec almost every day. The food it wasn't great, you know what I mean, but it wasn't like you can kind of manage it. You know what I mean? It wasn't that great. They give you a lot of that like casserole shit, like a bunch of pork casserole.
Yeah,
They
no
feed you a
pork
bunch of
noodle
pork.
casserole, huh?
Yeah, pork noodle casserole. Yeah, and if you hungry, you're gonna take one of those chili powder packs and sprinkle it on that thing and mix it up and just make
And
something of it. You know what I mean?
and it's good too, ain't it, man?
Hey, if
You
you
have to
hungry,
have
it's
that,
good.
bro. I'm
Hell
telling
yeah.
you, listen, I we would take that pack, and all four of us at the table use it. One pack, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You
Pass
get
it
a little,
around.
I
Yep.
get, yeah, pass that damn thing around. It wouldn't matter who was sitting there. It could be some Mexican dude sitting there. I let them get some of that. You know what I know
Yeah.
that food's
Hell yeah.
trash. Yeah, you got to do
Hell
shit
yeah.
like. So the one thing about Beto, the food was trash. But that place would let us bring our shit back in a cup. Like we could take our tumbler down there
Oh
and
no
fill it
shit.
up and,
Yeah.
and
Nah,
walk
you
right
couldn't do
back
that.
with it. Nah, yeah, most
Oh
places
no.
won't let you do that. But they knew
Yeah.
they were starving us, dog. We taking that back to put with the spread or whatever. You know what I mean?
Hell
So
yeah.
that was a
Stretch
little
it
bit
out.
better. How were the guards acting on Roast Unit? Were they laid back over there? It's kind of cool.
Uh, man, you had some decent ones, and then you had some that you knew. You know, you had some that you knew that when they were working, it was like, man, shut it down, man. We ain't got nothing going on today. You know what I mean? Uh, and I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't well, at least for me, there wasn't a lot going on as far as like cigarettes and weed and all kinds of shit like that. It was kind of dry over there. You know what I'm saying? It was just really just a bunch of dudes doing time mostly. You know, and there was, like I said, there was no lifers there, but you had a lot of people that had a lot of time, 20, 30, 40 years, 50 years, shit like that. And you had guys that had been down for a long time, 16, 17 flat. There was a dude, old school black dude there, Mr. Moss. Everybody called him Mr. Moss, you know what I mean? And he had been down for 33 years flat. And he was getting ready to
Mm.
discharge, I think. I think he had like a 35. He had 33 on a 35 or some shit like that.
He must have been a
Yeah.
bad actor when he was young.
Yeah. Man, this dude had like three baby mamas that were
What?
guards. Like this dude
Oh
had
shit,
yeah, this dude had family. He had like families and grandkids and shit out in the free world. Like he had been
that's
doing time since
crazy.
the 70s. You know what I mean?
So I seen a guard the other day on Facebook, dog. She said, "I just quit, but how long is it before I can go visit my boyfriend?" And they said they won't put him on a visitation list for 2 years to punish him. You
Oh
know,
shit, that's
yeah.
crazy.
So that's real life shit right there, though.
Yeah,
Cause
for real.
yeah, no. So they've been actually arresting some guards lately for relationships with inmates and stuff like that. So I want to say something that you said. I say it all the time that prison is the reverse world, and that's what you said. You see so much shit that don't make no sense. Like, how do we
Yeah,
really explain to these people about when I say reverse world? Does that make sense to you? You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, what you what do you mean like reverse world? Like as
Just
far as
like as far as everything except like nobody. You're a murderer. You're cooler than the guy that stole a goddamn car. You know what I'm saying?
right?
Out here, you're the fucking car thief. Somebody'd rather have you around than to have the murderer around them. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like morals,
right.
values, the social fucking structure of everything is just
Yeah.
opposite to everything you're taught from your mama to your teacher to everything. Like you got to go in there and fucking totally rethink everything.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Especially like the racism in there. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these guys, you know what I'm saying? At least I feel like from where I'm from in Houston, it's wide open, man. Everybody fucks with everybody. Blacks, whites, Mexicans, Koreans, Vietnamese, everything. You know what I mean? And then you go to prison and it's like, oh, you can't eat with black people in here. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Or you
right.
can't, you know what I'm saying? Or like whites can't eat with blacks or
So let me ask you this. Now, if you're solo, you're not part of a gang, is that still on you too? Since you're Mexican, are they still expecting you not to eat with blacks, or can you do that, or what's that like?
uh man, to be honest with you, I never even really asked. And uh, so when I was at Garza West, I was real cool with a few black dudes in there. A dude named Fresh and Chop. I used to kick it with them real tough, right? Chop actually knew my brother from the free world, and we used to spread and eat all the time. When I went to Roach, I didn't really have anybody like any black dude like that I was cool with that I would really sit down and eat with anyways. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So I was never really in that situation. But if I had a homeboy, I had a white homeboy in there that was solo too. His name was Josh. I used to spread with him. He was a white boy. You know what I'm saying? Um, but in my head, it's like I'm gonna eat with whoever the fuck I want to eat with. You know what I mean? And
Right,
if there's
right,
an issue, then that's just something that I'm just gonna have to deal with. You know what I mean?
right. So that, Yeah, so man, I tell you what, I'm really glad that you're doing this, right? Because I don't want men to think that, or young people that watch this, if they do mess around and get some time, that they're mandatory to go in there and join something. It's not like that. You gotta
It's
want to
not.
go in there and do it. If you wanna, so if you're one of them young kids that thinks you gotta go to prison to be tough, then go join something. Then that's because what you
Yeah,
looking for is gonna be there. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. But pay attention to what he said now. You got to stay about your business. You got to learn how to respect people, stay the fuck out the way, because they can do some shit to you, and it's not fair, right? They don't got to play
it's
fair
not.
with you in there.
Nope, not at
Nah.
all. So, I mean, it like for anybody that's like getting ready to do some time or something like that, I would say the number one thing, if you're going in there and you're solo and you just want to do your time and get the fuck out of there, you know what I mean? Man, mind your fucking business. That's the most important thing you can do in prison is man, you see something, you don't see nothing, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever's going on, man, you don't see shit. You don't know shit. You don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't talk to the guards at all, like about anything. If they ask you anything or if something happens, like, man, just, you don't know shit. You don't see shit. Cause there's guys in there that do go in there that are not part of anything, but they get extorted. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of guys get extorted,
So
you
that's
know,
what I was going to
because
ask you. Listen, so did you see some guy? So you just answered my question. I was going to ask you, like, you seen other solo guys that was getting handled?
yeah, but I mean, you don't have to be like I'm not no like real stiff ass dude, you know what I mean? And I'm just a tough guy, you know. I'm not that, but I do have like I'm a man, you know what I mean? And I as a man, I'm gonna stand on what I stand on, and that's just whatever comes with that. It just comes with it, you know what I mean? That's how I
Absolutely.
feel. And there's guys in there. I mean, these guys that have been locked up, man, they can just look at you. You know what I mean? They can just look at you, or they ask you a question, and the way you respond that first question is going to let them know, like, yeah, I can take advantage of this dude.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's just mind games, basically. You know what I mean? Or they can ask you for something, like, hey man, hey, can I borrow that right quick? You know what I mean? Or whatever it might be. Like, hey man, where you from? Or try to be friendly with you. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up? Hey, oh, you from Dallas? Oh, you from Houston? Oh, what neighborhood? Oh man, I got people out there. Oh, woo, woo, woo. And they finesse. You know, there's a lot of finessing going on in
You
there
know what they
too.
try
You
to
know what I
do?
mean?
Me in Harris County, since I was from down this way, they asked me, did I know somebody that didn't even like fake? Oh, you know such and such from somewhere. And if I say yeah, right away they know I'm fake. I'm a liar.
Yeah, yeah,
Somebody will
that
get
too.
nervous. Somebody will get nervous and say, "Yeah, I know him." Trying to be cool, and you just fucked up
Yep,
bad. They
bad.
got all
Yep.
kind of mind games for you, man.
Yep. Yep. And they can finesse you without you even realizing it. And before you know it, you're fucking out of there. You know what I mean? Like, don't take nothing from nobody. Don't borrow nothing from nobody. Don't fucking gamble. You know what I mean? Definitely don't gamble. Uh, and you know, there's certain things you got to maneuver. You know, when somebody approaches you, it's just all about how you carry yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I
it's
carried
about
myself.
respect.
Like
Absolutely.
it's about respect. That's it. And it's not about respect. Like, oh, I'm a tough guy, so give me my respect. You know what I mean? It's just how you carry yourself. When somebody talks to you, you know, you don't look spooked or scared, or you know what I mean? You
Right,
talk to them
right.
like a man.
Look them
You
in their
answer his question.
eyes.
Yeah, look them in their eyes, and and if they try something, you correct it immediately. You know what I'm saying? You correct it immediately. Like, nah, it ain't gonna be none of that, or whatever. You know, there's a bunch of different scenarios. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
But
yeah. No,
you
yeah.
just you just
Address
have
it
to
on the
stand on
spot.
it on the spot.
So
Yeah,
that's where
and
listen, they be saying I hate on other prison systems and all that, right? Because something will happen to them and they go politic it out and talk to people and stuff. And in Texas, if they're playing with you right then, you got to handle it right then, man.
yep, yep,
Right then. Because if you try to
yep.
go talk to somebody and tell them what just happened, they're gonna say, "Well, why you didn't take off on them?"
Yep.
Oh no, you
Exactly.
deserve that. They're gonna feel like you deserve whatever you get in there, dog. And that's what people gotta understand. You really must stand on business when you're in these serious environments, and that really ain't that fun, right? It's stressful. It's
Yeah.
crazy because what that means, bro, is we're chilling in the day room, right? We're minding our damn business, watching TV. Some other guy might want to pick a fight with us for no reason because he's
Yep.
bipolar. He's fucking nuts. His chick just dumped him, and now you're mandatory. Got to go and handle that. You don't even know what's going on right now.
Yep.
It's a real possibility. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's why it ain't the life you want. So do you think? Do you? Let me ask you a personal opinion. What you think's more? deadly, that straight extortion bitch you're gonna pay, fuck fight a bust of 50, or we gonna be your friends and finesse you. Like that finesse you shit, I think might be worse if you ask me.
Man, you said which one I think is worse?
Which one gonna cost them the most in the end?
Man,
Like you
I don't
feel
know,
me?
man.
You charge a man, so they might say, hey, you gonna give us $100 a month here, or you can't stay. Now you paying them $100 a month, or man, come on, eat with us every single night, and you put in most of the shit. Now
Yeah.
you done spent 300 this month trying to be cool with these fucking guys. It's not good either
Right.
way. It's not
Either
good
way,
either
yeah.
way. But that finesse game, they know make you feel like you're part of them. You're cool. Well, you don't know none of the fucking secrets. You don't know they're smoking without you. They're doing all this shit, but you're putting in with the food. That's a friendly
Right.
ass extortion. You feel me?
Right. But see, I think a lot of times those guys they get friendly with them, but then the moment they start like saying no, or they start seeing like, oh, these people are taking advantage of me, and they're like, nah, I'm not. That's when they strong arm them. That's when they strong arm them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, now you got to do it. You know what I
Yeah, you
mean? Now
get
you
in
have to.
now.
Yeah. And they do like more of a protection thing too. Like they tell them, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna pay us, we ain't gonna do nothing to you, and we're gonna make sure nobody else do nothing to you. You know what I mean? We're gonna put you under the wing, and
Right.
we're gonna
Under
take
the
care of
wing.
you. Yeah, you know what I mean? We're gonna put you under the wing, and can't nobody touch you. You know what I mean? But and you got some of them that don't got money. They washing dishes or they doing other things. You know what I'm saying? Like you got
Absolutely.
some, yeah, man.
I know.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
So man, listen to what he's telling y'all. This man understood the assignment tonight, right? Like he's telling you the shit, and we're talking about a medium security unit right here. This is like, there's levels to this shit, but there's
Yeah.
nothing good because you get to a medium security unit. It's still not the life you want, not the place you want to be. You got to fight. You
Nope.
can get your ass killed right there. And you know what? People die at transfer units every now and then too.
Yep.
There's no
Yep.
good shit in any of this. What do you think? Looking back, what was the worst part? So if you could talk to your little brother before he got arrested, right when he graduated, what would you tell him was the worst part about prison and why he wouldn't want to go?
Uh, Honestly, to me, the worst part of prison was being away from my people, man. I think that was harder than I think that was harder than anything that I went through in there because, especially I had a daughter, you know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't have any kids while you was in there, right? You just have your daughter now, right? So imagine watching your daughter grow up through pictures.
I
And
can.
I'm out in West Texas, so I was only getting visits like every 5 or 6 months. You know what I mean? If I was lucky. So I see my people like twice a year, and when I was in there was no phones in the beginning, you know, there was no phones in the beginning that we didn't get phones till like '09, I think. Then they came and installed the phones and it was still real janky. They were just getting it started and, it's nothing like it is now. Now
No,
they
so
got tablets and
when
all
they
that
brought
shit.
these phones in, when they brought phones in, was there like a black phone, Mexican phone, white phone? Was it just next man in
No,
line? Like was it beef
yeah,
over this
it
shit?
wasn't, no, because there was not a lot of people using them in the beginning.
They
It was
didn't
like
have
only
nobody to call, huh?
yeah, a lot of people didn't have nobody to call or they couldn't get it set up or something. You know what I mean? Something was going on. But there was not a lot of if everybody if it was they made it easier, like more accessible, like where you can just call, collect, whatever. Yeah, I'm sure there would be. But not a lot of people were really making calls because it was real strict. You had to put your people on a list. And back then you can only change your list like every I think like 3 months or something like that, or 6 months you could change your
Probably
list.
6 months, like visitation. Yeah.
Yeah, 6 months. So it was a lot to it. They made it hard at first, uh, and after a while, it got a little better. And now, I
So
know they
so
got.
let me ask you this. This is some shit I never asked anybody this because I wasn't there when the phones first when they dropped in. Now you just did some years right now. What he just said, this is deep, right? 2 visits a year if he's lucky. He's got a kid. All you got is pen and pad back then. That's it. Pen and
That's
pad. You
it.
got to write a
Penny
letter
pad.
and wait weeks sometimes for an answer if you get one. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Might get some pictures in the mail, shit like that. When that phone is coming, how excited are you knowing you got some family out there?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, that was a game changer because you get to hear people's voice that you haven't heard in so long. You know what I'm saying? Like relatives, my some of my sisters or my brothers that haven't been able to come see me. You know, like I was able to talk. So the case that I caught, it was an aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon. So me and my brother actually caught that charge together, right? We were together same day. You know, we got locked up on the same charge, and I ended up taking the charge. I ended up saying like, look, my brother, I had the pistol on me, right? And there's no point in us both doing the time. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right.
Like if one of us can get off, might as well. You know what I'm saying? So
Because y'all
I
both
went
would have
ahead.
got time
We
for
both would have
sure.
got time for sure. So I signed an affidavit saying that, hey, my brother was unaware. He didn't have nothing to do with it, da da da. Da. And they ended up just dropping his case and letting him go, you know, and
Oh
then I
man, that
signed
was
for the
real.
five. So
That
I
was
signed for the
real.
five. So I hadn't talked to my brother in a long time. You know what I'm saying? And being able to get on the phone and talk to my brother, you know what I mean? Talk to my baby mama, talk to my daughter, talk to, you know, whoever, you know what I mean? It
So
was
man, I used to listen
definitely a
to a
game
guy.
changer.
I listened to a guy in the feds, right? That this man got 20 years. They set him up. A federal undercover agent or informant or whatever. He knew they had a little jack squad, right? And they were trying to set this jack squad up. They told him there's a house over here, nobody's in it. It's got these keys in it. They go kick the door in, go get to take the dope. The house is empty, and they get all arrested by the feds. That's how it went down. So he got 20 years, and his kid was like just born or something, right? And then he had another one that was a little bit older. But you know, I would listen to this man on the phone, do homework with his kids over the phone. He'd say
No shit.
prayers with his kids over the phone, bro. He was like parenting over the phone,
Wow.
but and it was painful to see. But now it would have been 10 times more painful to watch with a kid myself and understand. But I would always hear him say, I'm at work. Daddy's out of town working. I'll be back soon. I love you. And he still had about 13 more years.
Damn. That's
Bro, it was
crazy, man.
that was painful to see shit
Yeah.
like that. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
seen the guy discharging on a 35. He ain't gonna know how to use a cell phone, what cable TV is, dog.
Yeah.
This ain't the
That's
life you want.
crazy.
This ain't the
Yeah,
life you
definitely
want,
not,
man.
man.
So
Definitely
listen,
not.
man. Tell me about these fishing rods and shit, though. How did you learn how to do this? What do you do specifically?
So uh it's probably around I think 2013 or something, 2012, somewhere around there. I got out in 2011, right? And man, I'm gonna tell you, coming home is even hard. I feel like it's even harder than doing time, especially for somebody that doesn't have any kind of skill set. Like I was a fuck up through and through before I went to prison. Never held a job, never, you know what I'm saying? Like just a fuck up basically. And when I went to prison, you know, I spent most of my time in the fields, working in the fields. You know, every summer or every season. You know what I mean? Every season,
Mm-hmm.
you turn out. I did whole squad all summer, all fall, and then after we harvested, boom, we would lay up, and as soon as I laid up, boom, I would get a what they call them, the lay-ins. I would get a
Lay-in. Okay.
lay-in, yeah, to go to school. They'll put me in school. So I stayed busy throughout my time, but it was hard in the beginning. Uh, I was doing demolition work. I was delivering yellow pages. I was doing washing cars and shit like that for bullshit money because nobody would hire me. I had no skill set. I didn't know how to weld. I didn't know how to work on cars or do electrical work or do anything. You know what I mean? So all I could get was general labor, basically. You
Right.
know,
Which is a lot
and
of
they're
people's
paying.
struggle.
Yeah, yeah. So around 2012, 2013, I started getting into fishing real tough, right? My wife's uncle was real heavy into fishing and he invited me to go with him one time. And I remember fishing as a kid, but it had, you know, after I started running the streets, I kind of just forgot about all that shit and started fishing with him, man. And it just, when you find a passion or something that you really, oh, my bad. Hold on.
Are you good? So I hope y'all enjoying this, man. Pay attention because it's some real shit he's giving us, and
So
it's
my bad. That's my compressor.
go ahead.
So I got into fishing real tough, right? And I bought this fishing reel, and the fishing reel ended up being, defective. So I'm like, man, you know what? Let me take this thing apart and see if I can fix it, right? So I take it apart. I looked the schematic up online and stuff like that, and take it apart, and I was able to fix it. And I was like, oh shit, you know. So I started buying a bunch of reels, like used reels, broken reels and stuff, taking them apart and trying to put them back together, fix them and stuff like that. I have no idea how it turned into a business. You know what I mean? I had this one guy hit me up. he was on the one of the Facebook pages or some shit like that, and he had some reels that were broken, and he was. I'm like, man, bring them to me, man. I think I can fix them. You know what I mean? I didn't charge him anything. Just brought them to me and started working on them. Was able to fix them, and just one thing led to another, and it just became a side hustle. You know what I mean? Like a side hustle for whatever I was doing. And
Yeah.
I've been doing it. I've been doing it since then, since like 2013 or 2014 is when I really started getting into it. And it's always been a side hustle. You know, I love fishing. I love being out there. I love catching fish. You know, hanging out, whatever.
Hey, show him your
Uh,
card again. Hold your card up again, real quick.
oh, let me get it in there. Can you see it?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I can
So
see it. Read the
so
phone
that's
number
how it
off real
started.
quick. Read the phone number.
So if you go to Facebook, if you're on Facebook, just type in the real guy, right? Just type in the real guy and it'll pop up. And I guarantee you, if you're in like any Facebook group, like saltwater fishing, the saltwater fishing group, there's a bunch of them on there. Texas City Dike Fishing and all kinds of stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. Seawolf Park Fishing. If every time somebody hops on there, hey man, I need my reels done. I need my rod repair or something like that. People always mention my name
Start
in there.
tagging you. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they start tagging me, start tagging my business or whatever. So over the years, I built a reputation, for like, hey man, call up Dave or call up the real guy. That's what they call me, the real. Call up the real guy, man. He'll take care of you. So I got into that, start doing reels. This guy that I met through fishing and stuff, he was working at this company called Fishing Tackle Unlimited. I don't know if you ever heard of that company. It's in Houston. It's
I
they
seen
got three
stickers
stores.
for it, I think.
Yeah, so they got two stores. They used to have three, but they have two stores. One off of 45 in Fuquay, and they got one over there off of Katy and I-10 and Gessner. Uh,
Okay.
so back in 2016, I started working for this company. This guy like, hey man, we need somebody in the shop over here because they service reels there. Hey, we need somebody in the shop that knows what they're doing. Da 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 da. So that those people gave me an opportunity. They didn't even really ask me about my
So
background or
so
anything
hold
like
on,
that.
man. Hold on. Are you serious now? You saying you went from a man that didn't have no skills, washing cars, delivering phone books, nothing, so you just broke down your own reel one day, and now you're fucking the goddamn fishing place reel repair guy, bro? What the hell? Like, this is an amazing story right here.
Yeah. So
This is
so
crazy. This is like this is making me happy to see this, man. This is a
yeah.
blessing right here. Yeah.
It is. It really is, man. Because I've always been a hustler, right? Like even as a kid, but I've always been like a crumb hustler. I used to steal hubcaps and sell them, or you know what I mean, like try to figure out a
Right.
way to
Right.
make some money as a kid.
Hmm.
So, and I've always been good with my hands. I just didn't have any skill set, for anything really.
No, I understand. I
Uh,
was the same way before I got my CDL.
yeah. So I go to work for this company, and while I'm there, one of the guys there, he builds fishing rods, right? So I have like a I don't want to say like an addictive behavior, but like I have once something piques my interest, I want to go down the rabbit hole, you know what I mean, and start
Right.
learning
Right.
everything I could fucking learn about this, and I want to get good at it, you know what I mean? And I learn real quick. I pick up things real quick. So uh after working there maybe a year or so, I started getting into building rods. So I learned how to build custom rods from scratch. You know what I mean? So it starts off with just a blank pole. You know what I mean? I add the grips, the reel seats, the guides. If anybody's looking at this, they go to my page on YouTube. Just look up the real guy. Type in the real guy on
Yeah,
Facebook,
yeah. Make sure
and
y'all check it out. Hey, matter of
yeah,
fact,
you'll
I'll put it
see.
in the video description. I'll link it to your Facebook.
All right, I appreciate that.
Hmm.
So I mean, I built Texans rods, Astros rods, Rockets. I've
So
done
are you
Texas A&M.
you're putting like the real life images on the rods too, and then like fiberglass and all? Like, I mean, it really will say Texas prison stories, or really say
Yeah.
Astros or
So
something like
look,
this. That's what I've never seen before, other than saying Shimano or something.
so you know what a redfish looks like, right?
Yeah, of course. I'm from down
So
here.
look, this is a rod that I built. This is I don't know if y'all can see that,
Yeah.
but this is a redfish rod. It's a redfish theme, so it has like a redfish skin on there. You see that?
It does. It's got the dot like the tail, huh? And it
Yeah, you see
does
that?
look like, whoa, that's dope.
I don't know if you
I
can see
do
the
see it.
scales.
Yeah, yeah, hell yeah, we can see it.
So yeah, the guides and everything like that. So all this is done by hand. All this is like the on the guides that's hand wrapped with thread. Uh, but yeah, so I can do pretty much anything. Pretty much any kind of rods, any style of rods. Uh,
So
I
what's
mostly do.
do you make giant surf rods and shark rods and shit? Is there even a market for that around here? I'm sure there'd be.
There actually is. So I don't too much mess with the surf rods. I can build them, but there's a lot of guys. There's a lot of good rod builders out there that can do some crazy shit, man. Like I'm good at what I do, but there's some guys that are just like, like elite. You know what I mean? Like
Oh
these
yeah, you'll
guys.
be there. You'll be there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
You
don't get me
probably
wrong.
already there, but you're being modest. So I got you.
Right, right. So, but
Yeah.
these guys, they've been doing it so long that they can do like a decorative wrap on there, and they can knock it out within like in a couple of hours. 2, 3 hours. Me, it might take me. I could do it, but it might take me 8 hours to do it. So
Right.
it's not the profit's not really there because I'm putting too much time into it. You know what I mean? So there's certain builds that I'll stay away from because I don't want to overstep. You know what I mean? And I can do it,
Right. Right.
but the amount of time that I put into it, it won't be profitable for me. You know what I
Don't make
mean?
sense. Right. Yeah.
Right, right. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I've been doing. I was working at that company for about I think 4 or 5 years. I was there. Matter of fact, from 16 to 2020, so 4 years. When the pandemic hit, one I had been there for a while, and these I'm not going to say anything bad about the company because they did give me an opportunity, and I learned a lot there. I met a lot of people. You know what I mean? Made a lot of did a lot of networking and stuff like that, and helped build my reputation up a little bit for people. For people in the fishing community.
Hmm.
But I had reached like a point to where they weren't paying me what I was really worth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I
It
was
was
doing
time to
too
go do your
much.
own thing. Yeah.
Right. I was doing too much and just it just wasn't worth it to me anymore. And after the pandemic hit and I was like, man, everybody was scared of the COVID and everything was going on. I'm like, man, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stay home and just do my own thing. I don't want to, because it's basically working retail. You know what I mean? Because I gotta work the shop, I gotta work the floor, selling reels and rods and stuff like that. And I
So
was
listen,
also the
we wouldn't expect anything less from the guy that rode solo in prison. He got to break off and do his own thing eventually, huh, man?
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Real
So
talk.
uh, I just in 2020, I ended up putting my 2 week notice in, and man, it's been a roller coaster, man, because you have times where it's really good and times where I struggle just like everybody else, man. You know what I mean? Small
Right.
business. I got to hustle for every dollar I make. There's no steady paycheck in this, so it's not something that just anybody can do. You got to really really hustle. You know what I mean? But anybody can do it. You know what I mean? If you really want to. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Uh,
You know what I wish I had, and I can't afford it. I wish I had a nice boat, and I was smart enough with shit around here to be one of the fishing guides that take you out.
right?
They charge a lot, man. You ever
Oh
thought
yeah,
about
especially
something like that?
nowadays.
Yeah, wouldn't that be?
Uh,
Would you do it if you could, or you'd rather keep doing what you're doing, or do both? Hell, you do good doing both.
yeah,
It's a
I
dream.
probably could. I actually have a lot of those guys that have charter businesses and stuff like that. They bring me their reels to work on. So they'll bring me
Oh, dead
like
ass.
8 to 10 reels at a time or 12 reels or whatever. And their customers are real hard on them. So they'll bring them to me. I'll, service them. So I take them all the way apart. Like I said, when you have time, go check out the page and you'll see I'll have them disassembled and they're just, it looks like
They're
a
pretty
bunch of.
complicated, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. If you don't know what you're doing, then yeah, you could get yourself into some trouble.
It's like,
But
listen, somebody like me might try to fix on a car or something, but I'm not never touching the transmission.
right, exactly,
That's kind of like the
exactly.
transmission of fishing right there, or watch
Yeah,
watch doing right. So that's
pretty
so when you
much.
fixed the first one, was you like shit? I did it. I know I would have been happy as hell once I fixed my
I
very first
was,
one.
I really was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I know I would have been
It
proud of
was.
myself.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, but yeah, so just one thing led to another, and I've been doing it since then. 2024 for the past 4 years, I've been doing it. Here at home, I bought a house in Laporte, back in 2022. So we've been here since March of 22. I converted. Well, it was already converted into a room, half of my garage. was converted into a room already. So I just turned this into my shop. You know what I mean?
Nice. Yeah.
And man, I know there's a lot of guys out there that are just getting out and they've done a lot of time or even done a little bit of time or even people that are just trying to turn their life around, man. That shit's hard, man. When you come home, it took me 10 years to finally buy a house. You know what I mean? After being out for 10 years. And thankfully, I got a good woman too that's been behind me, for the past 13 years I've been out,
That's what's up.
and
That's that's
so
what everybody don't have and what everybody really needs. If you want to know,
yeah,
straight.
yeah,
Not one of these chicks that want to party with you, drag you down, do drugs with you. Oh, none of that bullshit. You need. It's not possible for everybody to find a good one right away, but you need to
right.
stay. I feel like a man do better staying single when he comes home, other versus
Yeah, for
chilling with
sure.
somebody toxic, right?
Definitely. Cause it can make you or break you, man. And it's funny because I was actually talking to this other chick that, I had known, before I went to prison. Right. And this chick right here, I really feel like probably would have got me into some shit if I came home and was dealing with her. You know what I mean? When I got out.
Right, right.
And it just so happened the last year that I was down, I met my wife while I was in prison through a family member, right? So one of my nephews is actually married to her sister, right? So he came to visit me when I was in at the Cleveland unit, and that's one thing we didn't talk about either is the prison entrepreneurship program that I was in while I was
Oh,
in
I
prison.
forgot about that. Yeah, so we'll
Yeah.
do a different one. We'll
So
bring you
yeah,
back,
yeah, we
man.
could do.
So we
Yeah,
do a
yeah,
podcast every Wednesday, and I would love it. They only last 45 minutes. We've been going for a long
yeah,
time now, but if you'll come on any Wednesday you want to, and we'll just specifically talk about that, I would really love it.
yeah,
Cause
for sure,
we're
man,
getting
for
ready to
sure.
have to end this one, dog. I
Yeah,
really
yeah, yeah. It's
worked.
been a minute.
Well, I've been enjoying it. This was a great video. You did good, man. And I listen. I
Appreciate it.
want to tell you to your face, thank you so much for all the love and support throughout the years, man. And it's just
Yeah, for sure,
like
man.
you seen how excited I got when I realized who you were at first.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
was telling my coworker today, man, I got this interview with this dude. I'm not really sure, what's up, but I want to do it. He got a good story. People been asking that, but I didn't think I knew who you were. So when I
right.
realized who you were, I'm like, so this is the face to the name I've been seeing. It was
Yeah, yeah,
exciting
yeah,
for me, right? And I love that,
yeah,
man. And thank you so much, bro. But yeah,
yeah, for sure.
we are gonna close this one, man. Y'all mess with the real guy. I really hope holding the card up at the first helps. So a lot of people when you do a video with them, they won't even let you shout yourself out to the end, man. I like to do it at the
Yeah,
first because that's what everybody's gonna see. If you got any
right,
questions about shit, call this man. You see a guy that has used this to change his life. He taught himself a life skill that's rare. Like that's something that's pretty unusual, right? Like you won't find too many rod and reel guys in the middle America or shit like that.
right.
There's some
Yeah,
saltwater shit going on here, but he's
for
making
sure.
it work and doing good. And congratulations on buying your house. I've been out 7 years
I
now and
appreciate it.
I don't have me one. Me and my ex-wife did, but you know how that goes when you get divorced.
Yeah,
But I'm within the next 3 years. I hope I can be on your time schedule and be like you, brother. I'm real proud of you, man.
I appreciate it, man, for sure. Man, you can do it. For sure, you can do it.
I got this. I'm just taking my time, taking baby steps. I'm crawling before I walk. I'm making sure I don't never uh so basically I don't never want to overextend my reach. You feel me?
Right,
I'm
for
taking
sure.
baby steps because I know if I overextend my reach, I might be tempted to try to do something to catch up, man, and I don't ever want to do that. This is me knowing myself, right?
Yeah, for sure. And man, when it comes to that, like buying a home, man, I learned a lot through the buying process and everything. And my wife, man, she's the smartest person I know. So if you ever need help with any of that stuff like that, she's
That's
a
what's
beast
up.
at paperwork, man, for
Already.
sure.
For sure, for sure. I appreciate that too. And you tell her I said hello, man, and take care of you and keep doing your thing, brother. Thank you so much. Texas Prison Story family, y'all like, share, hit the thumbs up and mess with this dude right here. I will put the real guy Facebook in the comment or in the comments. I'll pin the comments. So that's what's up. Dave, don't go nowhere. I want to holler at you when I stop this, okay?
All right, all
All right,
right.
hold on.